I was born in the Badlands in the days following the Cataclysm. A black dragon by blood. Perhaps the last of my kind. My egg was stolen from my mother by the Red Dragonflight. Once they had what they needed, my mother was murdered. They experimented on my egg. They tried to sever my connection with the other black dragons, so that I would be pure. They were more successful than they had bargained for. When my father found out about this travesty, he was displeased. Perhaps you have heard of my father. His name is Deathwing. My story would have ended there, with the death of the Red Dragon who created me. But she was tricky, that one. She was burned alive with a decoy in her hands. My egg was spirited away to the Red Dragonflight. There, I was held captive for a time. This is Ravenhold Manor. Shortly before I was born, the assassins of Ravenhold stole my egg from the Red Dragonflight. The story of my deliverance hinges on a most unusual rogue. Suffice it to say, he was a thief of global renown. This individual came to my attention when the Red Dragonflight sent him to infiltrate Ravenhold Manor and retrieve my egg. No doubt our hero expected to snatch up an egg and steal away into the night. But instead, he found something unexpected. Me.
That's right, mortal. The prize you seek no longer sleeps within a shell. Here I am, in the flesh. I'm not some trophy for a red dragon's mantelpiece, and I'm never going back. Don't look so surprised. We dragons are conscious, even within our shells. As I grew, I could hear the plotting and scheming. I was to be born a prisoner. But I'm one of a kind, a black dragon raised free from the taint of my father's corruption. And that's how I intend to stay free. Somehow, you managed to elude all of my guards. You slipped in here like a ghost. That makes you valuable to me. Let's talk.
Your Highness, we caught this beast snooping around the caves just outside the compound.
I'm not afraid of you! Wait, who are you?
You don't recognize your former prisoner?
Shall we execute him, my prince?
No. I want him to deliver a message to the Red Dragonflight. Tell them that I am free of my father's madness, and I will be free of them as well. I am to be left alone. This will be my first and only warning.
But Deathwing's minions may have you killed.
Deathwing's minions should be afraid of me. Get him out of here! And Farad?
Yes, sir.
Break his legs. Now then, my new friend, we have much to talk about. As you know, black dragons frequently disguise themselves as humanoids in order to tamper with mortal affairs. While the house of my mad father collapses around him, the few remaining black dragons have gone into hiding. But I can still sense them. My cowardly brothers and sisters will cause untold suffering if we allow them to stay in the shadows. Moreover, they are a threat to me. That is where you come in. Help us to slay them all, and I will reward you handsomely.
Your first target is here, in the ruins of Gilneas. I've lost some of my best men already. Let's see if you can fare any better.
As the only pure, untainted member of the Black Dragonflight, I took it upon myself to see that all my corrupted brothers and sisters were destroyed. I sent my new friend into the heart of Gilneas City to destroy Hiram Creed, a black dragon who had corrupted the locals with his own draconic blood. None of Ravenhold's assassins had been able to penetrate into the city, but this one, as silent as a shadow, he moved. With surgical precision, he took his target down. I was very impressed. My companion Farad was not so enamored of my new favorite assassin.
A lucky blow against an unprepared opponent.
I rewarded our hero with a nasty set of matching daggers, and the promise of even more power if he could return to me with some spell reagents acquired from Deathwing's minions. To my surprise, he returned, some weeks later, scarred by battle against my father's minions, but eager for another assignment. The gems you collected will be able to augment the power of the weapons I gave you, but I require another ingredient. It will come from your next target.
We've just located her here, in the caverns beneath Karazhan. Fearful for her life, she is researching arcane secrets buried beneath the Foundation.
Her name is Nallis, and until recently she stood at Wormrest Temple as the representative of the Black Dragonflight. Now, she's on the run.
She surrounded herself with a small army of deranged dragon cultists. They may not be right in the head, but they're well armed and dangerous.
I hope to see you back from this mission alive. But if I do not, I want to say I've enjoyed seeing you work. You're a credit to your race. Good luck. Confident of my new ally's ability, I sent him after one of the most powerful black dragons I knew to be in hiding, Nallis. Getting to her required running through a gauntlet of minions within the catacombs beneath Karazhan. And, of course, Nallis herself did not go down without a fight. I was pleasantly surprised at our hero's victory, but Farad was again unimpressed.
She allowed herself to be defeated. The others will not be so weak.
The black blood of Nallis allowed me to upgrade the vicious twin daggers of my new favorite assassin. He was going to need even more power, however, and for that reason, I sent him back into the fray to collect more resources. Some weeks passed, but he returned, fresh from battle, and prepared at last for my hardest assignment.
Don't trust this one, Your Highness. No one is that good.
I sent him to kill my father, Deathwing himself. Don't underestimate my father. Even if you were to crush his body, the core of his madness and rage will still struggle to destroy you. He will not be defeated until he is utterly annihilated. I wish I could help, but my father is the one dragon I fear. Best of luck, Rogue. Whatever the outcome, you are truly a champion. To be honest, I expected never to hear from my favorite rogue again. The fight to destroy my father spanned the globe for a few terrible hours. The fate of the world hinged on the actions of a handful of mortals brave enough to go toe-to-toe with the Worldbreaker. My rogue friend returned triumphant to collect his final reward. But he was in for a surprise.
Your eyes do not deceive you. The treacherous Red Dragonflight sought to kill me off. I hope now you see the truth about them. Champion, you have your reward. But there is one final dragon we need to slay.
My prince, we should leave this place in case they come back to finish the job.
Farad, I was just talking about you. The final Black Dragon. The one who's been more hidden than any of them.
Your Highness, I have never tried to conceal what I am from you.
Yes, you rescued me while I was still within my egg, and I owe you my life. But you are a black dragon, and you share the corruption of all my brothers and sisters.
That is not true.
Do you deny it? The dark visions? The voices in your head?
No, no, I am in control of the voices. They're here to help me.
And what are they telling you now, Farad? What do your dark masters whisper?
Kill. They want me to kill you now. Oh, why did you have to go and anger them? You have proven too difficult to control!
I will never be controlled! The Red Dragonflight has no idea what they unleashed when they experimented on my egg. Hero, strike now! Use your newfound power to finish him! It is done, friend. To my knowledge, I am the only black dragon who remains. A new age for mortals has dawned, and heroes like you are among the vanguard. I must go now. Disappear. Perhaps we will meet again. I hope we find ourselves on the same side.
With the last of the Black Dragonflight destroyed, my destiny was in my own hands. I left the assassins of Ravenhold behind to seek my destiny elsewhere. There are rumors of a new land beyond the mists of the sea. Perhaps I will see you there.
Very good. Let's talk. Tong, drinks please. My father, Deathwing, tried to destroy the whole of Azeroth. He was misguided, of course, but he was right about one thing. Our world is so fragile. We are a point of light in a universe of shadow, a candle in a tempest. Sometimes I think it was the very precariousness of our world that drove my father to madness. Ah, thank you, Tong. Now to my point. I believe we are headed towards a reckoning. And no, I am not talking about the current conflict between the Alliance and the Horde. Believe me, what Garrosh Hellscream achieved in Theramore is nothing
compared to the horrors that are even now bearing down on our fragile home. But the war deeply troubles me. Do you see my concern? A divided Azeroth cannot possibly stand against the darkness. This war has to end soon, before it consumes our strength. I want you to know that your alliance has my full and unwavering support in this campaign. How do we bring a swift and decisive end to the conflict? I believe the answer lies with heroes like you. We must ensure that you are up to the task, and then equip you accordingly.
Wrathion has seen the return of the Burning Legion, and his plan is to get us equipped and ready to go. You are sent out to find signals of power, wisdom, and the essence of fear itself.
I often venture out here to think. The view is breathtaking. Would you agree? Pandaria is indeed a jewel. Such beauty. It makes you want to protect her, yes? I feel the same way about Azeroth herself. You have done great things, friend. I can assure you, this is but the beginning of our work together. Behold, the power of the foes you've vanquished. And the wisdom of those you've outsmarted. Here, the embodiment of the fear that you've conquered. May it now strike terror into the hearts of your enemies. Finally, a gift from me. Make no mistake, the Black Dragonflight lives on! There. My work is done. You can now greatly augment the power of any Shah-touched weapon. We are just getting started, friend. Our greatest challenges lie ahead. But when war comes to these shores, you and I will be ready for it. Something to eat, please. The High King, Wrathion, leader of the Alliance. Did you know he was once a gladiator? Oh yes, I've been doing my research. Suffering from amnesia, he fought for his life in Horde arenas. There, he earned the name Logash, or Ghost Wolf. He is a fighter, but is he a leader? Think about it. His enemies took advantage of my father's cataclysm. Horde soldiers thundered across the realm in the wake of the devastation. Wrathion didn't use the disaster to gain military advantage. Is this because he is weak, or because he is principled? Here's the bigger question. Can principles win a war? Make no mistake, Pandaria will challenge your king. Let us see what he is truly made of. Let us see if your alliance has what it takes to rule Azeroth.
Wrathion gives you a couple of trials to see what the Alliance and King Wrathion are made of. You are sent out to face the Horde on the field of battle and collect Valor points to prove yourself.
You have proven to be an exemplary hero, a champion for your cause. Do you recall our earlier conversation? We discussed the merits of your High King. I have been observing him closely. It is true. He has the spirit of the wolf. And he fights like a wolf. Having seen him in action, I now know what that means. Wolves are pack animals. Your king is calling his pack to him, assembling an alliance in the truest sense of the word. His journey is long. He has only taken the first steps. But with heroes like you in his pack, there is little your alliance cannot accomplish. Tom, fetch my things. Your dedication to your cause deserves to be rewarded. Like you, I continue to refine my skills here in Pandaria. I think you will appreciate the outcome. Choose your reward.
Wrathion and the Alliance are judged by the Black Prince. In the meantime, Garrosh nearly killed Prince Anduin, and the Zandalari trolls have resurrected Leshen, the Thunder King. Anduin decides to spend his time with Wrathion as he recovers from his injuries, and we are sent out to the Isle of Thunder, home base of the Thunder King.
Thunder King. What a magnificent individual. Could you imagine what his empire would be like today if it had not been overthrown and hidden by the Pandaren?
I couldn't imagine a cooler tyrant. He enslaved this entire continent.
Benevolence is a luxury for the strong, young prince. No great empire was ever built with kindness.
I'm not so sure about that. But I can tell you no great empire has ever stood the test of time by crushing its own citizens. Remember, the Mogu were overthrown. That should be the lesson of the Thunder King. It's your move, by the way.
I worry you may be too soft to wear your kingdom's crown, Prince Anduin. You would do well to learn some of your father's hardness.
Are you lecturing me? You're what, 2 years old?
2 in dragon years. It is your move.
It's a Pandaren board game. The object is for both players to win.
That's ridiculous. Why would you even play? Champion, return now to the Isle of the Thunder King. I will meet you at the Forge, where together we will create an instrument of legendary power.
To what end? What are you two working towards?
World peace.
Using a Mogu weapon forge whose powers you barely understand.
My dear Prince, you and I share the same goals. We only differ in our level of commitment. Come, hero. Let us shape a new Azeroth together.
Hey there. Can you believe, my friend? If you blindly trust a black dragon in the search for greater power, are you any better than Garrosh Hellscream? Please, just be careful.
Is there such a thing as a righteous war? The trillium you brought me must be refined for our purposes. This foundry should be sufficient. Help me manipulate the molds.
We are the sword.
The Shadowpan are here. They may be of use to us. We should help.
We are the sword.
These Pandaren questions. This foundry should be sufficient. We will empower the metal with an electrical charge. Be ready to fight if we draw too much attention. Excellent. The materials are prepared. Follow me. How interesting. This forge is built atop ancient Titan machinery. Leshen, you clever tyrant you. Now, if I were a dwarf, I would just start randomly pushing buttons, but you and I are here for a purpose. Look at that. How easy it must have been for Leshen to build an empire, for he wielded the power to create worlds. The Mogu used only a fraction of the resources available to them. Few among them possessed the cunning of the Thunder King. What's this? Anomaly detected. Anomaly? Look at that. This old Titan technology is acting like a magnet for the Shah. You're an expert at destroying Shah by now. Clean up this mess. Perhaps if I overcharge the Horde, it will destabilize this Shah nuisance. Let's try it. There. Problem solved. I may have spoken too soon. The Shah grows in strength. Destroy it! You aren't harboring any bad thoughts, are you? I've overcharged the anvils. They will be very effective against the Shah, but each one can only be used once. The lance is finished. Quickly, hurl it at the Shah. Our work is complete. We have forged a masterpiece. We are done here, but the weapon is not yet tempered. You must thrust the spear into the heart of the Stormlord while he still lives. Be careful. The moment it pierces his hide, you will be assaulted by his power. It is important to throw the spear just before slaying the beast. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. I must make preparations back on the mainland. Return to me at the Veiled Stair when you have what I need. Oh, and don't die. Tom, is that our friend? Meet me atop Mason's Folly, where we met before.
What are you two plotting?
I keep no secrets. You are welcome to accompany us, Anduin Rin, if your injury permits. Truly a splendor. Have you ever seen such a view, Prince Anduin?
It's breathtaking.
It's about to get even more awe-inspiring. Champion, behold the fruits of your labors. At the dawn of the world, when the mortal races were young, they did not yet possess the secrets of fire. They shivered in the cold and the rain, until, in one instant, lightning tore the sky. It rent a tree asunder and set it aflame. The mortals gathered around the fire in awe and wonder. It could cook their food and warm their homes. They seized it and protected it. They fed the fire every hour of every day. Hot coals were carried from one primitive camp to the next. Do you see? In a single flash of light, civilization was born. Truly, lightning is a gift of the gods. The Mogu. The Mogu. Their minds were so small. They were built to serve. And when they lost their masters, they served themselves. But they could have been so much more. They built an empire when they could have built a new world. We will do better, champion. Behold, the crown of heaven, my gift to you. You are the ember. You are the spark. You are the fire that will spread across the world. You will awaken Azeroth's potential. Come to me. We know now that the Mogu share their roots with the Titans, but many mysteries remain. Why were they here? Why Pandaria? What were the Mogu sent here to guard or destroy? We are missing the final puzzle pieces.
Champion,
and you
I would think twice before putting that
them.
thing on your head.
The crown I have given you will be as your third eye. It will tie us together. I will see what you see. Together, we will lay the secrets of the Titans bare. I will be watching you closely, hero.
Champion, I would think twice before putting that thing on your head. We're far from home, friend.
This runestone? The Mogu were Titan constructs, soulless creatures built of stone. We suspected as much. You found another stone. What have we learned? The curse of flesh made the Mogu mortal. Ah, but later they found a way to reverse the process. A clever race. The Mogu served a Titan keeper. His name was Ra. In the Mogu tongue, Ra-den means Master Ra. Fascinating. I must know more. According to this, the Mogu and their master were sent to Pandaria. They were pursuing a great darkness. The fragment is incomplete. We must find others. Here there is a mention of an old god, Yasharaj, a beast with 7 heads who breathed darkness. I suspect that thing was the source of the Shah that haunts Pandaria to this day. This runestone speaks of a cradle of life, a place where the Titans could create new creatures. Oh, of course, the Veil of Eternal Blossoms. It was a living laboratory, much like Ungoro Crater or Sholazar Basin. We're beginning to put the pieces together, champion. The Mogu were created and sent here to guard the Veil for their Titan masters. Guard it from what? Were the old gods still a threat? Here, this fragment speaks of the winged legions of Yasharaj. Servants of an old god? Could this mean the Mantid? This runestone is more recent than the others. Something about the sleeping keeper. I think it's referring to Ra-den, but why was he asleep? You found another piece of the puzzle. This was carved by the Mogu. They were frustrated 1,000 years with no orders from their master, and their bodies had turned to flesh. The Mogu began to argue amongst themselves. This runestone speaks of Mogu savagery. They fell apart into warrior clans, but one king was more ambitious than the others. Leshen, the Thunder King. When the Titan Keeper fell silent, Leshen decided to speak for him. Ah, the final piece of the puzzle. The Thunder King took on the powers of Ra-den, the very essence of a Titan. He united the Mogu into an empire and tried to continue the Titan's work. Of course he saw himself as a god. Quickly, return to me at the Veiled Stair. We should talk face to face. I have been looking forward to your return, champion. The Thunder King took within himself the powers of a Titan Keeper. We must take them back. Bring me his cruel black heart. We will be doing the Pandaren a favor, and the powers that we liberate will once again be put to the service of Azeroth.
A chill just went up my spine.
Something tells me our friend has returned triumphant. The heart of a king. The powers of a god.
What are you doing? You're not seriously going to eat that.
It is filled with Titan magic, the very language of creation. Oh, I see them. 1,000,000 worlds, glittering in their perfection. But one above all others. Oh.
Oh, we have fallen. We must rebuild the final Titan. Do not forget.
What are you trying to pull?
It is gone. I don't remember any of it. Oh, none of them remember. The irony.
What are you talking about? I don't trust you.
You are wise not to. Champion, I need time to digest what I have learned. But soon, we will take action. I will meet you at each of the 4 shrines, champion. Remember, we must visit all 4, but we only need to complete one of the 4 challenges. Choose the challenge most appropriate for your unique talents. Jade Serpent is the incarnation of wisdom in Pandaria. Let's see what she has to say. Great Jade Serpent, hear our plea. My champion and I seek the blessing of your wisdom.
Ah, the dragon child and the hero. Together you will achieve great things. Tell me, dragon child, what is the nature of wisdom?
To do what is right, no matter the cost. That is wisdom.
Spoken like a true child of the aspects, always seeking to change the world. But true wisdom comes from knowing what is right, and sometimes doing nothing at all.
When is it ever wise not to act for the greater good?
To learn that is to learn true wisdom. Come forward, I will give you my blessing. My challenge, if you accept it, will test your cunning and footwork even in the midst of life-threatening danger.
I am looking forward to this. The White Tiger is the embodiment of strength in Pandaria. Great White Tiger, hear our plea. My champion and I seek the blessing of your strength.
Ah, the young black dragon graces my temple. The deeds of you and your champion are quickly becoming Pandaran legend.
I take great pride in the company I keep.
Tell me, young prince, what is the nature of strength?
The power to crush one's foes. That is strength.
You speak only in terms of one's enemies.
Well, certainly, strength can benefit one's allies.
How so?
By using it to crush their enemies.
A black dragon through and through. Very well. I will give you my blessing, but also some advice. Strength used in the service of others is twice as powerful as strength spent on our foes. Now, my challenge, should you accept it, will test your ability to stand right in the face of danger and persevere. Let the challenge begin. Hero, you must defeat the Black Prince in close quarters combat.
Wait, that's absurd. I would annihilate my own champion.
You, Wrathion, will be blindfolded.
Interesting, but the outcome is unlikely to change.
Black Prince, you are very strong. But what good is strength without the vision to guide it?
Very well. I am sorry, champion, but I will not be the one learning a lesson today. A blind dragon. Ridiculous.
Lay down your weapons.
Ha! A lopsided challenge.
I hope now you understand the limits of strength without vision. It is one thing to change the world, but quite another to do what is right. Young Prince, I hope you take this lesson to heart.
I am pleased that our hero is still alive. Thank you for your blessing, mighty tiger. Here we are, the home of Nuzao, the Black Ox. He is the patron spirit of Pandaran fortitude, the only celestial who chooses to live beyond the wall. Mighty Black Ox, hear our plea. My champion and I seek your blessing of fortitude.
So enters the dragon and his mortal champion. You are welcome here. Tell me, Black Prince, what is the nature of fortitude?
The strength to overcome any hardship. This is fortitude.
You confuse strength with fortitude, young dragon. But power is worthless without spirit. I have seen humble slaves endure unimaginable torture, only to rise up and overthrow their masters. And I have seen the mightiest of emperors laid low by the perseverance of the smallest of enemies.
You mean to say physical strength is developed without, but fortitude comes from within?
Precisely.
Sure, I knew that.
Of course you did. We will put your understanding to the test. My challenge, if you accept it, will test your champion's ability to defend and protect while enduring terrible hardship. Let the challenge begin! Hero, you must defend the Black Prince while he faces his inner turmoil.
I am a black dragon. I won't need any help.
Is that so? You are filled with doubts and fears, young prince. Face your inner demons. Now is the time.
What? Wait. Father? Don't make me do this!
Your champion will defend you. Begin your efforts.
Make it stop!
So be it. You are never defeated until you decide to remain so. Those with true fortitude always rise whenever they fall. Try again. I know you can defeat this challenge. You are stronger than your father, young prince. You have friends. Your champion did not allow you to fall. Take this lesson to heart.
I understand. Thank you, mighty ox. The Red Crane of Hope has inspired the citizens of Pandaria from the very dawn of history. I very much want to speak with him. Great Red Crane, hear our plea. My champion and I seek your blessing of hope.
My, the child of the Worldbreaker. Proof that none are beyond redemption. I am honored by your visit. Tell me, son of the Earth Warder, what is the nature of hope?
Hope is a belief in a better tomorrow.
You speak, but doubt your own words.
Great Crane, you have not seen what I have seen.
You underestimate me.
The fires that once burned the sky will return. It is inevitable. The Burning Legion will find Azeroth. Seas of blood, cities in ruin. Who are we, one divided world, to stand against a legion? You speak of hope. Believe me, the thinnest sliver of belief that we might somehow survive the coming devastation is all that sustains me.
Rise, son of Deathwing. I will give you my blessing, for you need it more than any I have ever met. I challenge you not to think of hope as a vague and unimaginable future. Live every day with hope in your heart. In doing so, you create the future you dream of.
I thank you, Great Crane.
My challenge, if you accept it, tasks you with healing the most grievous of wounds. Very well. The test is over. But do not give in to despair. You have the spirit to overcome this. Try again. I believe in you.
We have done it, hero. We have the blessings of the Celestials, and we have completed their challenge. I know our next step. Meet me back atop Mason's Folly. You'll be pleasantly surprised at what I have in store for you. Welcome back, champion. Excellent work with the Celestials. Can you believe how chatty they were? I just wanted them to hand us our reward, but they would just talk. I'm sorry, where were we? Oh yes, I have something for you. The very spirits of Pandaria are supporting us in our grand crusade. Behold! The strength of the White Tiger. The wisdom of the Jade Serpent. The fortitude of the Black Ox. And from the Red Crane, a shining beacon of hope for a better world. Our world. There! It is ready. We stand at the crossroads of history. My work is not quite finished. This cloak will grant you the power of the Celestials. Very soon, we will be able to augment your cloak with my own formidable draconic powers. Continue to aid your allies in the war effort. I will contact you shortly. An opportunity presents itself. I believe the Timeless Isle holds the key to unlocking the full potential of your cloak. Power, glory, loot! Ours for the taking. Hero, meet me at the Timeless Isle.
Yes!
Chiron, I want you to meet one of my most... tell us again why this island...
Return
is so
twice as powerful.
We do not know. That is precisely why
Believe in
I
your
am
strength.
here. Time is frozen in this place. The island teems with life, yet somehow never changes. Until recently, this place was lost in the mists. Those few inhabitants who found themselves stranded here were forced to mint their own currency.
Return twice as
time
powerful.
distortion.
Believe in your
It is
strength.
the only way trade is possible.
I would very much like to study such unique items.
As would I. The presence of the Timeless Isle is proof that many things are possible beyond the boundaries of linear thinking.
You have the power to change your destiny. Return
Indeed.
twice as
After
powerful.
the Cataclysm, my flight's connection to the Timeways
Do not
forever
mistake the power
changed.
that darkness
What if it
offers
were
for
possible
true
to shape
strength.
and mold time as you would a ball of clay? What possibilities await? What new worlds could we create?
I like the way you think. Champion, you've done it! Few mortals possess such spirit, such power. Believe me, I have tested many.
A legend is born.
This is history in the making.
Interesting.
You must persevere, though you will be surrounded by foes greater than you can imagine. Your fortitude shall allow you to endure. Remember this in the times ahead.
The Pandaren will sing your praises for ages to come.
To complete our great work, we will need a sacred place. Travel to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms and meet me at the Seat of Knowledge.
Wait. Let me make sure I get the story right. Pandaren will tell this tale for generations.
It starts with a hero.
An outsider from beyond the mists.
Conquering a strange new land.
Must we use the word conquer?
venturing into forgotten vaults.
Mantid and Mogu alike were brought low by the hero's fury.
Their power and wisdom seized for a greater glory.
When war came to Pandaria shores, our hero was ready.
A faction standard bearer, beloved by the people and feared by their foes.
Even the mighty Thunder King fell before our champion's might.
One by one, the secrets of an ancient empire were laid bare.
Yes, knowledge uncovered for the benefit of the world.
Power acquired for war and conquest.
Let us stop for a moment. What kind of hero are we talking about?
An agent of destruction, forged by my will to forever change the face of Azeroth. Behold, latent Titan power, imbued with my own draconic essence, tempered by the wisdom of the Pandaren Celestials. Overwhelming power. Use it to heal or destroy, to protect or annihilate.
My friend, please think carefully about the legacy you will leave behind.
Come to me, champion. Collect your well-earned reward.
How will the story end?
There is only one way to find out. These Pandaren question everything. It makes you think.
A Pandaren legend is born. Sing praises to our new hero.
You know what needs to be done, champion. Meet me in the Veiled Stair when the deed is finished, assuming you're still alive when this is over. Idiot king! Fools! Imbeciles! A complete waste! You were there! Is it true, then, what happened in Orgrimmar? That fool king. I did everything in my power. The whole world was his. He needed only seize it. Oh, sure, another year of fighting, enormous casualties trying to take Thunder Bluff, but the rest of the Horde would have caved eventually. Tong! Drink! Now! What? Yes, I was backing the Alliance. I thought Hellscream's victory was assured before he turned half of his horde against him, so I changed my allegiance. Oh, don't look so surprised. I'm a black dragon. My loyalties are my own. But that idiot Rin, High King indeed. Why did he allow another war chief? He could have united the world under the Alliance banner. What a fool I was to trust his ambition. Should have taken over the throne room myself, like Auntie Onyxia. Get things done!
Enough!
What?
Talk. Always you speak, never do you listen. You ignore the lessons of Pandaria. You see, there is balance in all things. Wisdom etched in our very fur, black and white, darkness and light. When the last emperor hid our land from the rest of the world, he also preserved the homeland of our ancient enemy, the Mantid. Why did he do this? He did so to keep the land whole. Living with the Mantid for 10,000 years has made us both strong. So it is with your alliance and your horde. They are not strong despite one another. They are strong because of one another. You mistake your greatest strength for weakness. Do you see this?
You're just a waiter. I promise you this. I will stop at nothing to prepare this world for the battle to come. Next time, I will leave nothing to chance. Nothing!
He destroyed my inn. He left no tip. He is not nice.
These Pandaren question everything. It makes you think. Tong, something to eat, please. Garrosh Hellscream, war chief of the Horde. He did not always command such power. On Draenor, he was a miserable wretch. The actions of his father hung heavy on his heart. I understand you, Garrosh. I know what it is like to bear the weight of your father's deeds. A warrior like Garrosh comes to power with something to prove. Your horde finds itself at a turning point. This war will define you. What is the Horde? Is it an instrument of vengeance, hell-bent to carve out a future for its people? Is it a refuge for those who need shelter, a commonwealth of the downtrodden, built for mutual support? Is it an alliance of convenience, a confederacy of unlikely partners free to pursue their own agendas? This is my question to you. What is the soul of the Horde? We will find the answers here in Pandaria. Show me what your Horde is made of, champion. Prove to me that your Horde is worthy of ruling over Azeroth. So, General Twinbraid is dead. He was a pivotal figure in the Alliance push through Southern Barrens. Impressive work. These Pandaren question everything. It makes you think. You have proven to be an exemplary hero, a champion for your cause. Do you recall our earlier conversation? We spoke of your war chief, his inner conflicts and his outer conquests. I asked you, who is the soul of the Horde? Your efforts on Pandaria's southern shores and elsewhere have given me my answer. You are the soul of the Horde. Your actions in the coming weeks will come to define your people. I want to make sure that you are properly equipped for the trials ahead. Tom, fetch my things. Your dedication to your cause deserves to be rewarded. Like you, I continue to refine my skills here in Pandaria. I think you will appreciate the outcome. Choose your reward. I keep no secrets. You are welcome to accompany us, Anduin Rin. If your injury permits, I implore my Horde friend here not to push you off the cliff.
You mean to tell me none of your spies have returned? N'Zoth is out there, and we need answers now!
We are doing all we can. Speaker Magni is coming, along with a new advisor. He claims to have information for us.
By the light. A new advisor.
Wrathion. Anduin, it's been so long! Oh, dragons. I suppose I deserved that.
Oh, you deserve more than that. My father is dead because of you!
And my father is dead because of the old gods.
Lad, he's come to help us.
Neltharion the Earthwarder was once the protector of Azeroth. But N'Zoth turned a noble mind to madness, and now my father is only remembered as Deathwing. And as I haven't the least desire to share that fate, I've been studying how to avoid it.
Just tell me how to prepare for this attack. Our armies
will be useless. N'Zoth will strike here. He'll manipulate emotions, get people to act in ways contrary to their nature. You won't be able to trust your senses, your memories, your friends. After all, what is real if our perceptions cannot be trusted? Anduin! Don't you see, old friend? It's already begun.
Very well, advisor. Tell us how to stop him.
I will rendezvous with my operative outside Blackrock Mountain. Meet me there. It appears N'Zoth is one step ahead of us. Grief will have to wait. For now, we press on. N'Zoth's forces have seized Netherion's lair. Make haste, champion. There can be only one reason. It appears N'Zoth is one step ahead of us. Grief will have to wait. For now, we press on. N'Zoth's forces have seized Netherion's lair. Make haste, champion. There can be only one reason they are here. The suffering they inflict upon these dragons.
Ah, the infamous Black Prince. Such an honor to finally meet you. Behold the work of your fallen kin. Fear not, his efforts will not go to waste.
These cultists intend to revive Netherion's experiments. We must stop them. Eliminate the ones conducting the research. I will bring down the barrier. I nearly have it. Just another... Behind you! There!
I can't carry you.
At last, the Black Prince graces us with his presence.
The Pre-Dragonflight was unworthy of the Master's gifts, but you can still be of use to him. Begin the ritual. The Master has summoned me to Nyalotha. Our lesser creations can slay the Prince's companion.
Your father proved incapable of resisting the old gods, little Will. Such hubris to think you would fare any better.
No!
It was child's play to lure you here. This tiresome obsession with your Dragonflight's legacy will be your undoing. Using your essence, we will raise Nefarian and Onyxia to serve N'Zoth in the Master's name. Their wings will darken the skies once more.
I will see you burn for this! Enough! You cannot break me like you broke my father!
The Black Dragonflight will purge your master from Azeroth!
Impudent dragon! All of your kind will bow before N'Zoth!
With me, champion! Let us bring this to an end!
I underestimated the sway the old gods still hold over the Black Dragonflight. There was little I could do to resist their power. I will not allow my Dragonflight to be corrupted again. Nefarian's and Onyxia's remains must be destroyed. Recover their scales once it is done. Those, at least, will aid us in protecting Azeroth. I entrust the scales to you, champion. Return to the Chamber of Heart, so that we might wield them against N'Zoth. This is more than a mere cloak, champion. It is all that remains of my once proud Dragonflight. Corrupted by N'Zoth in life, they will shield you from his influence in death. Now, let us brave his vision once more.